Marvel has a Black Panther problem, and it is now going past the movies. They've canceled the Black Panther game that EA was making. They're still making the Iron Man game, but not the Black Panther game. And really, you know why this brand is hurting? T'Challa being dead. They should have never had killed that character. They should have kept him around. They should have just recast. But they decided they were going to monetize Chadwick Boseman's death and hand the role over to Shuri, who everyone laughed at because it was just a dumb idea. That character had some good growth in the MCU. The first Black Panther movie, I liked that movie. It's not my favorite MCU movie, but it's not a terrible movie by any means, in my opinion. Now, the second one, that movie is a piece of shit. Black Panther 2 sucks. It's a terrible movie. There's plenty of videos out there laughing at it because it's so horrible. Like, I don't know, putting your army on a raft and then fighting people where they're home in their home advantage of water. Like, it was just stupid. So they have some problems, and I think they know it. That's why they're trying to rush his son. I'm sure they're going to age him up, T'Challa Jr. or whatever they're calling him in the MCU. I think they're going to age him up, or they're just going to recast with a variant. We'll see what happens in the new MCU after Secret Wars. But EA was making a Black Panther game. They had a deal with Marvel for 3 games. Iron Man, Black Panther, and something else. And I don't think they've revealed that third game yet. We know it's not Spider-Man. We know it's not X-Men. Insomniac, they're working on those. So what it is, I have no idea. But the Black Panther game, that's not coming. That's not coming. They've laid off more people, and they've closed Cliffhanger. So EA, like many video game studios out there, are laying people off left and right. I mean, the video games are not in a good place right now. The industry costs the cost of these games they're putting out nowadays are just too high. And there's just no way to meet sales expectations for anything unless you're like an indie studio. Like they're doing good. They're doing good. They stretch things out. Look at Expedition 33. That's a great example of how to be successful. So this game's not coming. And, you know, they could have handed this off to another studio. Maybe they just don't see it as profitable. Because the Black Panther hype train is kind of over. You know, if that second movie had done really well, and people will throw numbers around, that movie was not a success. Can you honestly tell me that's a good movie? That movie sucked. Now, the first one, I'll agree, was good. I liked the first one, like I said. And I also liked the character a lot in Civil War. And in the Infinity War and Secret War movie. Not Infinity War and Endgame, sorry. No, he really wasn't in Endgame that much. They should have just recast him. They didn't. And all of this is hurting this brand. Iron Man's brand is still strong. And he hasn't even been in anything in a long time. They're still making that game. An email sent to staff from EA Entertainment, President Laura Milley said that these changes, alongside other recent cancellations and layoffs, are being done to sharpen our focus and put our creative energy behind the most significant growth opportunities. So they don't see the Black Panther game as a growth opportunity. In addition to closing Cliffhanger and canceling Black Panther, EA is also laying off some individuals on both its mobile and central teams. Oh, yeah, get rid of nobody wants mobile gaming. Unless it's like Bejeweled or something. I hate that they try to put these regular games like I'll never do it. First off, if I'm gonna play a mobile game, I'll just bust out my Steam Deck or my Switch. When asked about the exact number of individuals impacted, EA declined to comment. IGN understands the total number of affected individuals in this wave is less than roughly 300 roles cut last month. These decisions are hard. They affect people we've worked with, learned from, and shared real moments with. We're doing everything we can to support them, including finding opportunities within EA where we've had success helping people land new roles. As with past rounds of layoffs, EA is endeavoring to place affected individuals in other roles across the company. The company has made use of this placement program with each round of layoffs in recent years, an effort that remains possible despite the constant team cuts, likely due to EA seemingly distractingly increasing headcount on other teams at the same time. EA employed 800 more people as of March of this year than it did the same time last year. So, the relocation thing that they don't talk about in this kind of sucks because EA has studios all over the place. So, I don't know if they offer people some kind of relocation package. I kind of hope they would. I mean, think about if you own a house there, now you've got to sell it and get a new house, and there's a lot that goes into that. I don't know what the details are there, but that does suck. I feel bad for some of those people. And then the email continues. The company is focusing on a small handful of franchises going forward: Battlefield, The Sims, Skate, and Apex Legends. They will also continue to invest in Iron Man, a game that Motive is making, and the third Star Wars Jedi game, as well as maintain its mobile business despite today's cuts, while BioWare works on the next Mass Effect. By the way, there's a funny article out there talking about how the people at EA thought that people would just buy any slop that they put out. And they thought that, the regular audience would just eat up their shitty Dragon Age game, and that they basically wanted to reach new people. So they thought that they could get that mythical modern audience to come in, the pronoun gang and shit, and that Dragon Age fans would still eat up their shit. It was wild. I can't believe they admitted that. And that is the truth, though. And we've been saying that for a long time, that they basically, all these companies, in a lot of ways, were ignoring their regular audience so that they could go out there and get this mystical modern audience that we tried to tell them does not exist. And they're finding out the hard way. This email doesn't mention EA Sports, which, by the way, is in a tough place. I guess they've lost the FIFA license, which is wild. Man, I wish we could do the same. I wish football they could lose that, or at least other people were allowed to make NFL games. But anyway. Marvel and EA's agreement for Black Panther was part of a 3-game deal that included Iron Man and a third unannounced title. Little has been shown of Black Panther so far since its announcement in 2023, though we know from a job listing it was to be a single-player action-adventure open-world game. And that could be a fun game. If it looked good, and especially considering who made it, it was a newly formed studio, and they had people that worked on those Shadow of Mordor games. They know what they're doing. It probably would have been a dope game, but, I can't blame them. If I was in a position where I had to make cuts and I had to pick between Iron Man or Black Panther, I'd go with Iron Man. It makes sense. But, I'm telling you right now, if that Black Panther brand was stronger, and it would have been if the second movie had done well, this game probably wouldn't be getting canceled. They would have just handed it to another studio. Or they would have kept enough people around to finish it. But that's just not the case. They don't have confidence in it. These cuts come on the heels of multiple other rounds of layoffs and cancellations at EA over the last few years, and especially in 2025. Last month, EA laid off roughly 300 people, and then around 100 at Respawn while canceling an in-development Titanfall game and another project that they were working on. And then there's a bunch of other layoffs, but that's where we're at. That is where we're at. I wonder if they'll get shit for this from, like, a lot of the, the Vices and all them coming out and attacking, IGN even maybe. Well, they're keeping the white man Iron Man game, but they're getting rid of the Black Panther game. I bet you that happens. That'll be fun. We'll make fun of that if that happens. I mean, they're doing, business-wise, it makes more sense to make an Iron Man game. It does. So, anyway, check out my comic book. There's a link in the description. Square-bound, 60-plus page comic of pure action. It's a ton of fun. We've got some great covers, including cover D right here, which you can get for $17. We also have a beautiful cover from Kelsey Shannon and this beautiful Irene cover. Check it out. Link in the description. And with that, comment. What are your thoughts on all this? Like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed to that notification bell. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
The year is 1945. World War II rages from the halls of Buckingham Palace to the shores of the Nile River. Even now, the clash between freedom and tyranny is about to boil over. Somewhere in North Africa, 2 American flyboys are soaring high on a reconnaissance mission, searching for clues to a peculiar new obsession, with the occult gripping the Nazi high command.